Recently, I was ambling along a nature path when I spotted a family of ducks. Mom, Dad, and fuzzy babies were waddling about in a grassy patch by a pond. Suddenly, it started to rain, and those ducks scrambled for shelter. They bunched together, then they stretched out in a line as they hustled for a nearby bush and disappeared underneath. I thought, even ducks, who are waterproof, take shelter from the rain. It's an instinct. Humans have that instinct too, and we can honor and hone that. Sometimes anxiety rains down on us, often in torrents. And of course, what we really want is for the rain to stop. So we work hard to treat and to manage our anxiety. And that's great. We should continue to do that. But sometimes, what we need in a given moment is shelter from our anxiety. Think of those ducks again. They sheltered from the rain under the shelter of a bush. The word shelter is both a verb and a noun. It's something you can do for yourself, like the ducks waddling under the bush. It's also something that offers protection and comfort, like the bush itself. When anxiety flares, the idea of shelter is very comforting and soothing. Sheltering yourself from anxiety can take away some of its stormy punch. Comforting yourself when you're anxious can take many forms. Children often have comfort objects that they use to shelter themselves from stress and anxiety. Adults can have those too. It could be a picture of somebody that you care about or of a place that is dear to you. It could be a treasured gift from a special friend, or it could be something that you created. Identifying a comfort object and keeping it close when you're weathering anxiety is a powerful form of shelter. Shelter can also be a location. It can be your home. Are you comfortable at home? Where do you feel safe? It could be the home of a friend or a family member. It could be a sanctuary, such as a religious institution or a sacred spot outside. It could be something like a nature path. These are just a few examples of what can work as shelter as you comfort yourself when you're experiencing anxiety. Now, those ducks didn't want to get wet, so they sheltered under a bush. We don't like to get soaked by anxiety, and we too can protect ourselves and find some shelter. Just as the ducks can't live under that bush, we can't hide in our shelters and expect anxiety to disappear. Sheltering is simply a way to comfort ourselves when anxiety rains down. The ducks had their bush, and we too can find our comfort to soothe us when we're anxious.